an email or something regarding the white ash? One of the pumps may not have been working. Was they gonna go out there about, this was about 2 weeks ago?
Yes, yes. One of the pumps wasn't working, and I don't know the specifics. I just told Kevin Scooter to go out there and take a look at it. Brian Ziegler was telling me that that's what it was. Yeah, I remember. He called me because Brian's out there trying to figure out the final cost of what it would take to bring up that system, so we could once again present it to Johnson City, go to Fowler, get the money, and present to Johnson City. He said at that time that the pumps weren't working. So I told Kevin just to go out there and see.
Did they ever come up with a value?
Not yet. Brian has been working on it, and I guess he's got a reduced staff as well. So it's just tough times. Everything's just grinding down to a halt. Yeah. So I got one thing I was wanting to discuss, your guys' opinion on this. Okay, we probably all got that email from Kelly about the hotels and stuff. Okay, there's a contract involved, and at the end of the contract, it says it's a contract between, I forgot what hotel it was. I don't know if it's Fairfield or Drury, and the only other signature was Kelly. Okay, I don't know, in light of everything, does she have the authority to sign contracts like that?
It's all,
If already
mentioned AIM, I would think so.
I'm
because
not at Legal Beagle, and I haven't talked to anybody over there. I don't know if they could easily give you an answer anyway.
Okay. Well, this is something that I guess we could run past ICRMT. And,
I'd first find out how AIM is involved and get the details.
And then who's going to pay for it?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If she signs for the contract, and
No, I don't think she can sign a contract that
we would have
obligates the county to pay for it.
That's what I'm getting at.
And I don't know who's going to pay for it. I don't have a clue.
I didn't.
So.
It's only one. I didn't see it where City County paid for it.
Well, who else is going to pay for it?
AIM,
It was our, and that could very well be.
Well, the one in Mount Vernon, AIM is paying for
Yeah,
it.
that's what they're doing.
Is that what they're doing? Okay,
Mhm.
all right.
AIM is paying for the one in Mount Vernon.
I just want to make sure.
But just to give you guys a heads up too, I got a telephone call yesterday afternoon from somebody in the media. Caught me a little bit off guard. I had to think for just a second, but and second's all I needed because that's my thought process. But anyway, they were calling because they were wanting to find out about why we would. The state has apparently put out, there's somewhere out there that there's 12 counties in the state that have ordered a refrigerated reefer to be on standby in case you needed it. And I said, well, time out. Wait a second. There's no sense getting upset here. I said, the bottom line is this. Our morgue covers 14 counties, and our EMA director was being proactive instead of reactive.
Mm-hmm.
That if everything goes to hell in a handbasket in the state, and because we service 14 counties and we have bodies start piling up, we have to have a refrigeration mechanism that's isolated that these people can't, the bodies have to be put into. They just can't go somewhere to a school or anything like that, or we don't have any coolers big enough that would handle a massive amount of deaths at one time.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're running into a problem like that, other areas in the state are going to be running into a problem also,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not going to be able to accept our bodies of the people who pass away that have COVID. They can't be put in the general public. So that we agreed, she brought the idea to us, we agreed to it, and we gave her permission to go ahead and get this set up in case there's a problem, because we cover 14 counties. We have to make sure that we're covered for our people. That's why I said, we're not expecting a rash. We hope to goodness that it's never used, that nobody winds up in it. But just in case, we have to be prepared. We have to be good Boy Scouts. And they said, well, that makes sense. So they calmed down, and then we had an amicable conversation, and everything was cool from that point forward. And They said, can I quote you? And I said, yeah. If you want to quote me, quote me. So I don't know if it'll wind up anywhere or what, but I thought.
I heard it on the radio this morning.
Did you?
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's just like, wow.
Okay, here's a perfect example. There's an older gentleman out here who wants to speak to one of us. How did he get?
Do it. I couldn't hear you.
Close or we not close? That's, you can't pick and choose.
Oh, here?
Who is it?
Mhm. I don't know, it's an older guy.
How do you get in?
That's what he's asking.
I don't know.
Who had
This
him?
is what you just said.
I don't
Who?
know.
Some older gentleman. Okay.
I mean, so either we're gonna open up, or we're not gonna open up. So people just come and pick and choose and come walk in the door.
Well, that's up to the office holders. That's the way we put it.
Yeah, but I mean, somebody's got to tell these guards either they're not letting them. I don't mind.
Well, I have
I
no
don't mind
idea who it
tracking
was
him.
or how he got in. I have no idea. I don't even know what we're talking about here.
I'm just saying,
This
He's
guy,
out there
Tell
in,
him.
he's out there in Stephanie's office.
you can come here if you want.
she wants to sit over there.
You want me to have him come in here?
For
You
what?
got a question? I don't know
He's got a question. He can sit right over there.
I don't know what you're going.
I have no idea. He's here, so.
I asked Kelly that question and she said that what they do in Mount Vernon and St. Ron is almost same thing. FEMA will pay it. We'll reimburse them back. Pay it, they reimburse back, just like they did in the storm.
But who pays if she signs that contract?
Well, it's even be acting, I just had to be Williamson County.
Yeah, but we don't have the money for that. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're gonna have to, they're gonna want us to pay. We don't have it. And what are you gonna do in the meantime? In waiting, that money promised, yeah, when's that gonna come?
Not yet, it's not. Okay, he's here for the board of review.
Oh,
He
okay.
had a letter, so I'd say he probably can't do the Zoom and stuff.
Okay,
So that's what he's here
That's-
for. So he's sitting in there
okay,
waiting.
well then we'll just wait till we get.
Yeah,
into board
9:30,
meeting.
uh-huh.
Okay. Did you get his name by any chance?
No, I didn't.
9:30
Sorry.
canceled.
Probably David Bramlett.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all I got. I mean, I didn't know if you guys had anything else.
I just want
Oh,
to give you.
well, yeah, I do have something. Okay. I know you talked to, Ashley,
So I heard from all of them.
and I talked to Ashley. And, Ashley, I told Ashley I'd run his idea, he had a proposal, that came from his department, and he was wanting to share it with us. And, basically I said, Ashley, I'll run the idea by Kim, and I'll run it by, Rhett first, and see if it's feasible, and if so, then I'll bring it to the board. Well, Kim said if he gives Rhett another something, a tool in his tool chest, it's okay. Rhett said it's not really going to make much of a difference, which I don't think it's going to make much of a difference anyway. But I'll present the idea to you guys, and what he was talking about was take a number that we're looking at, because everybody's looking. What is the number that we're looking at? And no, so in other words, pick a specific number. We don't know what that number is going to be
What are you talking about?
on
On the rotation.
on the rotations
Oh,
and
okay,
the
okay,
furloughs.
okay.
The furloughs. Okay, I'm sorry. We're looking at anywhere from a 10 to 40% drop. Okay, and the idea was to pick one of those numbers because, as he puts it, most of the office holders didn't know what number to shoot for, and that's why you didn't get, whatever. And as far as participation, because they don't know what.
Every office owner knew the number we were shooting for.
And well, I'm just telling you what he told me, and I'm presenting
This
it
is
to you.
Ashley
guys.
talking to you now?
Yes,
But
Ashley.
when I was down there,
And-
Ashley
And
knew
he-
exactly the number we were
So
looking for.
what he's proposed is you take a specific number, whether we're looking at 10, 20, 30, 35, 40% reduction in revenues, take that number divided by the number of office holders and department heads, and that's what everybody's percentage would be. But I told him, I said, that won't work. I said, every department is different. I said, right now you can see we're not getting compliance with a lot of office holders. There's no way they're going to give it to, give us any more. So I'm just presenting it to you, and
so what happened? Yes, he come up, he said, he came down, so going down there, and they all were standing there staring.
Yeah.
We talked to you, I just leaned on the counter, said, what's up? I started sharing his idea, and I said, it's his call, what do you want to do?
that's exactly.
And.
What's the idea?
Well, like, one girl would take off one week, and then another girl would take off the next week. So I called Red. I said, is this even possible with you through unemployment? He said,
It'd be
probably,
difficult.
but he said it'd be very difficult or whatever. And then I just said, no, last night, said he's gonna do whatever things he needs to. I said, fine, whatever. This 10%, 40%, everybody get together, that's too much.
He sat right there in that chair the other day and said that, and we literally, my answer, because I answered the question, that's not gonna work. Because this isn't a 20%, we're gonna cut spending 20% across the county. Now, if we open up the budget, that's probably what'll happen.
Well, I told him,
But
I said, we're probably going to end up at the same spot, no matter which direction you go.
we went through and we asked every department, he knew damn good and well, we asked him for 2 people.
Mhm.
That was the number we
Yeah.
asked him for.
Most people
And
did a good job
he
on this
said-
deal, but we're not saving, I mean, we're saving some, but.
We're under 30,000.
Yeah, it's not.
When we got the list, I
Right.
printed it yesterday
We're running
because I
a
couldn't
lot
see
more
the
than
little
that.
bitty thing that came in that big.
Yeah.
And so I got it printed yesterday and it wound up the 2 people that were on the grants was $284.
Right.
Some guys
So-
on it.
All that was a
Yeah.
number toward the bottom line that we had that was
Yeah.
furloughed.
So
The second
my
guy
question to
can-
you is,
I've already taken care of that, him and his.
do you want to listen to his
He's
proposal
taken
or
care of
not? I
It's gotta
personally
be
don't
that
think it's
first
going to
guy.
work. And as far as I'm concerned, my thought is no.
Here's my thought. My thought, and $5 to buy you a cup of coffee at Starbucks. And this,
They're not
I
on.
bet it doesn't look
he-
like.
he'll get the small one. He'll get you a
I think
small
they
one.
are.
No, they haven't been.
But
The
he's the
drive-thru
elected
has- he
officer.
has Target. No,
He-
it's
or he's
Starbucks.
he's the head of this department.
I thought something
And-
wrong with it.
He wanted to be, he didn't want to give us 2 people.
Open it up, says that.
If he wants to do something on his own,
It's his deal.
that's his deal. But we're not gonna sit here, he's not gonna come to us and ask for our blessing
Right.
when he didn't want to play ball in the first place.
Right.
It's his,
Okay, well, I'm just telling you what he
Well, he said the 3 people that you won't bring in the 3 people, and, or if he did, he'd pay them out of his funds. That'd be about
I told-
$15,000.
I just told him I'd run it by Kim and Rhett first, and if it's something worth pursuing, then I'll bring it to you
what did Rex
guys.
say?
Rhett said it's not going to matter,
I had him on speakerphone down there with him.
and
I don't
just
see
not
how it's gonna matter anyway, but here's the problem. Okay, let's look at the logistics of this.
Mhm.
You're gonna be, it's very difficult to get on unemployment, and you're only gonna be on unemployment for 1 week. That may be challenged. I don't know with the rules that we have today, but I know under normal circumstances, a 1-week layoff isn't going to constitute a layoff. If that was the case, they'd be better off to
1-week
use
furlough.
vacation time.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be furloughed.
Yeah.
They're not gonna get the $600.
Right. Well, Yeah,
So,
well, we don't know that, but anyway, but that's the risk he's running, is what you're saying, basically.
Yeah.
No, under-
he's better off for them to use vacation time or whatever for 1
Anyway,
week.
all right then. Well,
But
that's all I got.
You know,
This came
to
in
me-
about 10 to 4 last night.
that's, he's the office holder. He's gonna do it the way he wants to, and we'll have to do what we have to do.
I don't have anything else. You got anything? You got anything? I'll make a motion then that we adjourn.
Second.
Ron Ellis,
You,
Brent Gentry,
Yeah.
Jim Marlowe.
that's because he's getting heat from other places.